Hi. I would like to read a paragraph from a book I wrote about 7 years ago called The Joy of Being. The French call it joie de vivre. In Spanish, it's alegría. In Hebrew, it's known as simcha. In Chinese, gaoxing. And in Arabic, sa'ada. In English, it is joy. Joy is universal. And seeing it on a baby's face all over the world has the same effect on us. Joy of being is the result of non-judgmental, compassionate attention we give to our moment-by-moment experience. The attention itself is loving, and the love produces this joy. To quote the Dalai Lama, the purpose of life is being happy. Inner peace is the key. In that state of mind, you can face difficulties with calm and reason while keeping your inner happiness. I want to mention two more words in French. Actually, one more word in French. I already said joy, joie, joie de vivre, the joy of being alive. The other one is misérable, miserable, miserly of spirit, miserly of breath. Being human, I believe that we all have an unconscious commitment to being miserable. It's very hard to admit it, but left to our own devices, often our knee-jerk reaction to anything that is unexpected in life is a reaction of misery. And that misery is something that unless you own, face and embrace, it will do you in. It kills the simple joy of being, of existing, of breathing. Being one who has that unconscious commitment in me, I mean, when I say unconscious commitment, I mean it's in my genes, it's in my DNA. My people have known misery for thousands of years. So, of course I have it in me, culturally. And there is a thing now that they're calling emotional DNA and spiritual DNA. I believe it's in me. And it has done me in many, many times in my life. Being that the effects of this misery and oppression can have on me, I have come to a place in which every waking moment in my life I consciously devote to being joyful, to love, to loving that which comes up, to loving that which is in front of my face. It's really very practical. When I was waiting this morning at the Apple store to be tended to be served, and I had a bit of a specific issue that required some extra attention. The only way that I saw myself getting through it was by opening my heart to the frustration that came up for me. And by doing so, by opening my heart to the frustration in the breath, actually, because of course, when you're frustrated, you tend to breathe much slower, more constricted. You're holding your breath. By opening my heart consciously to the frustration that came up, I was able to lighten up and to actually be more patient. And my patience, without any doubt, was contagious enough that the person who served me said, "Thank you so much for your patience." And that response in her was having more patience for herself. When you really get that, when you get that so much of our life is a question between our propensity, commitment to being miserable, and our ability to transform it moment by moment, breath by breath, then you can really speak about taking responsibility for your life. You can really speak about the effect that your own attitude can have of everything that you touch. Therefore, I say, before you start with your to-do list in the morning, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or any day, tend to your well-being, to your joy, to the care of your soul, to your breath. And then everything that you will get involved with will be affected. And then you can say, I am responsible for my life. I would like to read a poem that I wrote for the end of the year, the transition, Christmas, New Year's. Breathe, open your heart. Being okay as you are, regardless of what anyone else may think, say, or do, or what the culture, your family, or your religion expects of you. Breathe open your heart to your fears and insecurities. Let them become your teachers and your best friends. Have tea with them rather than hiding them in closets or going on the DL. Breathe open your heart to your weathered, experienced self. Not a minute younger or a breath older. Not missing on the wisdom you have gained today, being sexy and authentic your way. Breathe open your heart to being alone, knowing that you can be all one if you open your heart to your isolation, trusting your breath as your best friend. Breathe open your heart to waiting no longer for a better half to complete you, choosing to be with someone who can complement you, Breathe, open your heart to losses, illness, depressions, and catastrophes, which by deeply loving have become a part of you. Breathe open your heart to the love you have given, trusting that all you'll ever take with you when you leave this earth and exhale your last breath will be that love. Breathe open your heart to your genderless soul, having no judgment on your sexual preferences, embracing intimacy as simply as into me, see. Breathe open your heart to enjoying the journey and making your experience sacred, trusting that you are love, and celebrating your inner beauty and sharing it with the world, moment by moment, breath by breath. Have a very joyful and peaceful and loving holiday season and New Year. Breathe open to love.